Oakley dokley. Hello, my little dart monkeys. What are we doing today? This is the behind the scenes video for the car video that just went out. So this video was obviously a bit different because I tried to sort of observe what Wade, otherwise known as DankPods, was doing with his car channel video. And I saw that my dad and I were going to be working on my car sometime in the future, and I thought, you know what? Let's just do something similar to what Wade does, but like obviously put my own spin on it. Like my videos are, I don't want to disparage Wade, but he runs like fucking 6 channels, so it makes sense that the editing on his channel is a little bit rudimentary. And again, makes perfect sense on why it is like that, because he runs 6 goddamn channels, so he really has to like crank these fucking things out. I tried to get a little bit more hands-on with the editing, tried to like have more bits. Yeah, here's one of the bits that I had in there. You remember that one. The pickle fork thing, had to include that footage because that was just hilarious. Like, we had never heard the word pickle fork before, so we thought it was great. This one is another like bit that I put in there. So my dad, I know you're watching this. If I ever hand you the camera, please actually look through the viewfinder of the camera when you're filming stuff. All right? Your eyes are no longer your eyes. The camera is your eyes. Camera are your eyes? Whatever. The camera is what you need to see through, because clearly when you said, "Oh, I got that on camera," when no, you fucking didn't. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I saw that and I immediately recorded this voice line of me saying, "No, you." Hold on, let me hear it again. "No, you didn't." That was genuine anger in my voice. Like, I was actually fucking upset that Dad didn't actually get the footage, but I turned it into like a funny bit, so I guess it was fine. But yeah, no, if I ever fucking hand you the camera again, please actually look through the camera when you're filming things. Please, good lord. What else has been going on? I tried to use some slightly different music than what I usually would do. I tried to go for something like Valhalla is very. It gives the, because I know what Valhalla is. It's a town in Monster Hunter 4. It has a vibe of bustling industry, bustling economy, people working and selling things and trading, and it's a whole town, right? It's a whole like trading town. And they do, and like there's a lot of people in there, and they do a lot of good stuff. At least in game lore. So I'm like, okay, well then we'll have that one in there to sort of like have this like sort of mellow like working tune, you know what I mean? Glover, I don't really know why I put the Glover music in there. It just fit the vibe, I guess. And I wanted to represent some more Glover. Which I do want to play that game sometime on the garbage pile. That sounds like a fun time. Not the shitty PC port, but I'll just emulate it on the N64. And then Baba Is You, because this shit stumped us for days. Rivals of Aether, just because I was sitting on the Rivals of Aether soundtrack, like the menu theme, and I'm like, you know what? That actually kind of fits the vibe. I'll put it in there. Battle Block Theater, just because we're stupid, and I got it working. And then I put in this Super Castlevania 4 bit at the very end where we're like, yeah, it's finally done. What else did I do on here? Yeah, this like mosaic sensor bit. The way I made it look like this is I went into the color correction and I fucked the contrast, fucked the temperature, color boost all the way up, hue all the way up. I just completely ruined the image, and I also put a mosaic filter over it. So that's why, ooh, new KDE feature, KDE 6.1, yeah. So that's why this bit looks the way that it does. I wasn't able to do like a proper outro, so I just did something like this, and obviously the videos on the side are gonna be there. I apologize for not doing a proper outro, but I feel like, that should be fine enough. A lot of stuff was cut out. So at the end of the day, this is like a 26-minute video. I probably had, here, we'll go into footage right now. I had a lot of footage I had to comb through. I think in total it ended up being like over an hour. Here, hold on. Let's just create a new timeline. we'll just do this, and then we'll call it test, and we'll go into footage. Fuck, all right. What happens if I do this? All right, well, fast forwarding a little bit. All right, so I had about an hour of footage. And I also had to re-encode all the audio. I actually did find a little script that I could do for it. Here, let me go into, let's bring you over here. So I have all the CV joint footage right here, and you go in here, and I did, let me see if I can pull up the command. There we go. This is the command that I used. So essentially, here, let's, found this command online. Essentially just lets me loop this little chunk right here, loops through all of the .mp4 files, which is in here. I made the converted directory for F in FM, do FFmpeg input F, only render out the audio into linear PCM format, which is what DaVinci Resolve can handle, and then put it in this, the converted directory with this name, .mp4.wave. Does it say .mp4.wave? No, it just says .wave. Okay, cool. And then done. Yeah, so I did a little bit more involved scripting for FFmpeg for this project. That was a new thing that I never had to do before. As for filming, I mentioned that I tried to not copy, but like take inspiration from Garbage Time, because I really like the Garbage Time channel. And so what this was is I had my camera cell phone. Like I have a spare cell phone, like an old cell phone that I don't use anymore, and I didn't want to sell it. When I got my new one, I just kept it, and so now I use it as a camera. And that's what I'm like holding the entire time. And I just use the Open Camera app because it lets me have like, you know, white balance correction, exposure correction, stuff like that. Which, by the way, next time, if I ever do another car video, I'm getting like fat fucking lights to actually light everything, because holy shit, the white balance, dude, like this shot right here is unacceptable. And that's not, you know, pretty much the only reason why it is like this is because of just the environment we were in. The floor was very bright. The car is white. So when you're trying to put in, like get into these little crevices and you have all this bright shit right behind it, the camera's going to adjust its exposure to not blow out the whites. Cause it just looks like shit. Like this looks like shit. This is also unacceptable. So, lesson learned for this project is if I ever do any more car videos, by the way, don't get your hopes up on that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do another car video. Lesson learned is that I need to actually bring in some lights to get some more even lighting. Because having extremely bright spots and having extremely dark spots, those dark spots being the subject of the frame, it's just, it doesn't work out. Also, lesson learned, never hand my dad the phone. Just never hand him the phone, because it's not going to work out. So, I mean, obviously he was more focused on like, and then the fucking brake pad shit. He was obviously more focused on fixing the car, and I was trying to make content, so like, you know, whatever. I didn't put any music over here because it was like, I was trying to like build tension, I guess, where it's just like, what the fuck was happening, what's going on, all this stuff. Dude, 7 hours. I'm not fucking around when I say that. It was 7 goddamn hours of work. And then by the end of it, we just happened to miss the brake pads because, like we said in the video, you know, we don't work on cars for 40 years. We've only worked on them for 40 minutes. So, like, all this stuff, like, pretty much everything that you saw us do was us learning on the fly. And a lot of the footage I had to cut out was us just staring at the part and just being like, okay, so how does this fucking thing work? I left some of it in, but like, it's a total pace killer if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I left some of it in just so that you could see like what we were doing the entire goddamn time. And it was rough. It was very rough. It was very hot. Even though it was like, we did this during what was supposed to be essentially a tropical cyclone. It wasn't a tropical storm, I don't think, but we got hit with like one of the tails of a tropical cyclone, and we just got hit with a ton of rain. on this specific day. I mean, it was like Juneteenth or something when this happened. And thank God it hit when it did, because like, dude, doing car work and in 90-degree humid ass Texas weather is hell. The only reprieve I got during all of this was the fact that it was like 70, but because it was so humid, it still felt like it was like 89 degrees outside. So it was more tolerable than doing it in the next day that we were there, where it was bright and sunny, and obviously it made filming a lot more difficult. It was bright and sunny, and it was like 90, and it fucking sucked. So, yeah, not the biggest fan of all this stuff, especially in Texas weather. Was there anything else that was like different or unique about this video? I don't think so. I think most of it is like, you know, it was just us. The main takeaway is like, I obviously need to get more even lighting. I knew that the lighting was gonna be shit while we were filming it because I was having so much goddamn trouble getting the white balance and the exposure just right on my phone, and the auto exposure, like just constantly flipping back and forth to make sure that the whites don't become this. Just pain in the ass. Like, this whole process was a gigantic pain in the ass, but I got like a 30-minute video out of it. And obviously this is being recorded before the video actually goes up, so I don't know how this video is going to perform. I'm hoping it does okay, you know, because like, I'll say this. I do not expect this video to do well, considering it is wildly different from everything else that I do. But I'm just, you know, hopefully some people will appreciate how it's put together. I don't know. I don't fucking know. We'll see what happens. The video is gonna go up soon. If you have any other questions about, you know, the production of this video, leave a comment, let me know. And by the way, I should say at the end of this video, if you are watching it, I'll make a community post about this too, but remember, July 5th is the Friday Forum stream for July. Don't know what we're gonna do. We might just sift through comments again, because that was actually kind of fun. Yeah, July 5th is the Friday Forum. Yeah, and we'll make that shit happen, Cap'n. It'll probably be around like 6 Central US time. I will make a community post about this, and I will try to get like as much time and date information as I can, but you know. Anyway, that's enough from me. I will see you guys in the next big video after I get back from my California trip, because like, you know, read the community post. There's a lot of stuff in there if you haven't yet. So yeah, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for the support again.